ye mo achi bie mo akwa bie ma de ba bedwam dwumadi so afi na do fi na to a pensen mu bre na so no enen so 24 betena se na bedwam fo tena se a ne wa paso na ye ba be papa mu ya dwendwen ho na ye kenkan ne ye kro ne ye dwendwen ho ne ye kro no all for a better Ghana say o man Ghana e betimi akonkan na ye fa ye ntuma pefra na amanfo adiye na ohia so ate na amanfo bra mu akonkan eno na ye nyina hwehwe enu ti na no pay me do asese o do affiliate multi TV bedwam dwumadi NKB ka daroma na matade hye mi wo mo afa ho ka wa wo pebie hu se chese yiram page ankasankasa hye mi de number me ne mo hwe number no wo TV no so a screen no ha pepepe obehu se presenters costume na ye de aboho na wa atworo na wa friend NKB ke obemantare ni bi ahye ama so ani atimi age na no pay semben na we apaso aye dwendwen ho kane mampani Rollins e de atudwa se niema ekokoso wo NDC abamu Kofi Adom ni nipa no kwafo ba ko pa waka no NDC mu a ene mpanifo yi na si nchen won pese o mo kire senti president Mills wo hu se e ya amana donko no otu na odi ne ho akohyem ya na mununkum ene niema tum atwa ne ho ahia nti wo hu ana na ebinum so kra ade akire binum a mo abin wo amanyose mu kire se ne ekeka ko NDC fo omuyi president Rollins no mu yidi si nchen na NDC fo efa party ni dina ho a emsen ke betimi aboam na ebetimi ayeye sa ene enkomo a yebidi ewo enano pay sa so na National Petroleum Authority for na sembeka ya development data ya owura kokuku ati ne dano no wom de assembly court dan court high court say sika bia eye MPA fo gije ya friend ex refinery differential kitten bi edo so ama petrol ni diesel ne hu kro ne ba boa de o memu ha emra ma ho kwan sa amra hye form sa ensha ase ema court no ebu a development data for bem MPA for file appeal enra na court of appeal tena ase appeals court tena ase no wose MPA nyamoye no etia mra monkona monkote petrol ni so ya eno ho asem aba beto dwa nti yebebisa se nti MPA for afedie court of appeal ebu omofo in da ben no betiti petrol ni so ama amanfo ho ato omo afi nso no biometric ene a day 4 ena toso e9 ye sha se na memenda nti memenda kwasiada edwoada ene ye benada se na gusua na ekro so ampa se akwansidie ne niam ahodo bi eba ahyase no eda so ho ana na se ho a edie na mpanifo afa ho fe nsuso no ojaji ni ote adwam wura woyomi kwaduwa ye de abono se ofakoti kwan so echinchi mo manga na G51 million Ghana cedis e de ato no ankasa ne botomu no ojaji ni se kwan a prosecution state prosecutors aban kwadubofo wo mu bokwadu ni ade na ni nye ho kra we ni nsama ye dwendwen wo text messages 1760 Facebook hwe multi TV world na for adwen kire de to na no pay panifo a abekan sa to nsa frɛ mo ni odi kan tena se owura Solomon Kansa na no efiada obabesran na nso ye benada obabesran Deputy Propaganda Secretary Edema NDC solo emo achimo akwaba bibia aboko de yo ye hani mususo se MPP na msini nso bekan sa ye beyi no akire owura Adom akoba afi na afi nso no ya toa enkomodie ne so sabre ye de nkomo na hihye so na kane mampani Rollins issue statement na ni statement a wa issue ni nyina ne se NDC baby a niema ekeka kono ya ade a ha no yie papa na se enei obehwe na NDC ono kwafo ba ko pa aka no wo NDC mu na omampani etna ho na yeye no kwafo ye owura Kofi Adom se ni atwe na asensen na eniema boni na ekoso wo NDC mu no odwe ho onte ase wo se wo hwa emununkum na yese kumotum na etwa omampani Mills ahia ne ho ahia na de ha no kran se omampani Mills also he is speeding us into abyss na ye ka abyss a mom ye Christopher ne de obunsam jam ne chese ode ekwako ura se surudu no wo se amana donku na omampani Mills etu na oguso odi refisa anwea mu no gina na otu ne na ase anwea eno ti enra ye do ura Kofi Adom omampani dada Rollins kasama afọ twenkumo eni ebisa ne se ede empa na ekoso NDC mu a omampani Rollins ede no wohwehwe control tumi no wo pe wo NDC so no wo gide akwakoye den statement in so a omo release in nra no assemble na omampani dada Rollins wo ka fa ho ori Kofi Adams e ka sama for edemaka ne mampani Rollins ye tie no nkomodi a mene di e mewi a mene ora nkansa ne mpani fo atena se edi nkomo obani ye mo akwa
ya mini I sing
Kofi nyame adom na so
nyame na adom mi chawiti for you know
eti for eje so enawie Kofi minim se ena wahu de bokrata enkwara na asem ni nyina ne se Kedes and asem penifo a womo ewo ndi sumu a yatom din the forum atro krata bi dia bre His Excellency President Rollins and His Excellency former sitting President Mills about unity and nkaboma betimi aba sam penifo mienu omo ndi sumu ne di kai mi sase office of the former president krata bi sa bedum mo makachim
minia your processes are and I'm sure there for through newspaper and our radio platform and send your pedem in which Ubisha and to say it is a course of cry. Me sure there or a crata binum son or there what is information no come home. So I cannot specifically speak to the issue of whether Krata bisa abana krata bisa mbeye but be that is me no o mbinda da you bia de bia obi ne dos ma Kedes se omo bibia oho wona what the brain inima they feel free to come around every time and come and have an interaction with him.
Na forum mpanyfo a omo NDC mu oma make any move say ompese omo meet President Rollins.
Usually your processes are in Krata office of office no be Krata no register Krata no Krata no be call director of administration ho eko ya or the best file then it will pass through so many channels and some of the could do Omanpenida Rollins no could do no he will call some of us to also have a tete-a-tete on it, and he will invite to be there or feel there or invite them to come and join in listening to the matter. But on frame for any discussion on this matter that Kata Bisaba Ojino Hunti one Yevana Freusimisi and Freusimisi Brana Ombeka Huna Yenka Huasem. So far no on Casa that channel. But it's almost Arjuna or Arjunpa. But Omanpenida Dadibia or Kanasem also there are issues to be dealt with, including issues of values and principles, issues of justice, fighting corruption and all that. On here about or no go and sit, drink or eat with anybody that is the issue, and that people always mix the point. Okay, there are some who even go to the extent of suggesting that he wants control. Oh, he has control, yeah. He doesn't need control. He's angry to solvable issues and solvable problems. So people who are also there, look, it can be done and it's not being done. He's angry to pain. When he sees pain, suffering, in the midst of plenty, he's angry. He's angry about it. That's all. Yeah, about that because on name Mampeni now in the beer now omunum so now omunum tea intina or kanya orka. Far from that. Orka on in relation to issues that we talked about as a political party when we were campaigning. These are issues are all on. Now these are issues are here for him to go and sit anywhere to talk about. And sometimes people misplace the issues and make it look like he is looking for a relationship. Some so-called analysts who control no here he wants control, power and all the rest. They don't really understand the inner issues that he has raised again and again. And we need to really refocus our thoughts when it comes to matters that concern the party and then government.
Former President Rollins control for the soul and body of the NDC, no? And you know all here.
For what? Look, there were times, even in the past, before I be free power, I didn't need in common or cultural, free power. He wants to take a certain level of backseat to give room for new Rawlinses to emerge. That is the person that you are dealing with. Echo baby, Emanu platform. President Rawlings, Emanu platform, the Onko Kasa. Platform, Ubia new opportunity to speak, no? And Kode Onunkuti no Kasa, no? He most of the time break protocols to give room for another person that he feels is so good to talk. FM. Okay, one time they went for some meeting. He insisted that, look, PV or Ben should be one of the persons that should speak, because people should not think that because on any head of state, he is the only one that he gives people room. More, he will call. This one should be given room to say something. Because through that, and I the potency of every other person. On your beer, open control alone? No. It is those who want to misinform and do certain things or create opportunity for them now.
Right.
He's looking for control of NDC for what? If you control NDC and it continues to do things on your right, is that what he wants? No.
Etina Orakufi Adams yetene kano enra asempa FM jumedi ekosi senso ena esanko mudie ni course. But quickly a message if you omampani dada Rawlings ashare yeah ni website and ye or say we quotation was ladies and gentlemen of the media, please find below a statement from His Excellency Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings on current happenings within the government and the NDC leadership. We in a quotation, let's say, as you say, former President Rawlings in I can say, was it when you find yourself in an unintended pit or hole, the wise thing to do is to stop digging. It does not appear the Mills government is able to see the growing darkness around them. They have lost so much moral high ground, and now one of the most truthful, forceful, logically minded personalities of integrity in the party leadership is being treated like an outcast to serve a parochial and unpatriotic interest. Do we need any other evidence to demonstrate that the Mills government has no intention of profiting from the truth? Ghana needs a real and true awakening. The government is fast speeding the country into an abyss, and as Easter draws near, let us seek God's guidance in honest, unpretentious prayer of supplication. Former President Rawlings in Sema or the Ababe Tujanono. But on the back of that, before who do Pinoa and so natural margin say near Kika Chrono, idea in your Senka, ye former President Rawlings in the Nissin chain, na NDC bitimi akoswa ya omajuma apre akopitu minu emprenuswa kebe ya momsa so do akwa babie na asema abanie nipa cho mu be former President Rawlings sin chen senia ebinu mo suggest na makoswa ma campaign isa say asset ne ekokoso no enkoyie ma mo senia President Rawlings say kan
kaba anapema mincha ngoma washing NDC aman yeku a oye kofal by democracy a waye kebmamen kebi yan yedi by o man payinda da runs na otwa na mo ma yedi nature na dema na Moses oko bo sha asase don na la o sha ase wendu obi na obotuado no ojikwai enti bibi NDC amanye ku yedu no nyamo ano ba ye boma Ghana mba na NDC odi ejina do ye na oso Ghana fu wenyi na wajina do wadi ye hondase Ghana ha dasidi onyano o kokromotim sande mfianan ni yewomi a ye de kowie si yebodru December 7th na schools under trees we 1007 wa ko be 2000 plus me koko krasinya na nche sebe osan ye harvest na wa bo school dando wasan wo ye harvest na wa tubula na agina no
ma mi to anu kakra be ma mo ato aso Dr. Pesa White, Chichini, University of Ghana, now a political analyst. No crese, Wakuka said the NDC will be better off without the Rollins and now you need to come on Pacheben or Brofo Kasamo. Doc, thank you very much for joining us and good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, and how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Now, with the happenings that is going on within the ruling NDC, you are reported to have said that the NDC will be better off served when it decides to go without the Rawlinses. If that is correct, would you give us the basis for that assertion, sir?
Well, I think first of all, we need to keep in mind that political parties are public institutions through which we elect our national leaders, both parliamentarians and the presidents, and so on and so forth in this country. And because they are public institutions, we need to have, as a collective group of people in the nation, vested interest in their ability to survive and, of course, in their ability to sustain themselves so as to avoid the dangers of having one dominant party in our democracy. So having said that, my premise is that it is important that we protect both the NDC and the MPP from any issues that would threaten their very survival. Now, going further, I think what we need to keep in mind is that the problem that the NDC has been facing over the last 3 years since they came into office has to do with issues revolving around the former president. And this is oftentimes the problem that many parties that are formed around individuals face. Look at, go all the way into history, and you will find out that many parties that are formed and revolve around personalities tend to demise with time. So you have the CPP struggling right now because the leader around whom the CPP was formed, the great Osajifo, is no longer there. You had also the Le Mans Party. In the 1970s, 1970s, that was during the Second Republic, or perhaps during the Third Republic, during Le Mans time, there were so many other parties that were formed around individuals. Bernescu's party, Pauli's party, Victor Usu's party, and so on and so forth. Where are all those parties now? They all died with those individuals. Now, we do not have to risk the death of any one particular political party in our country with the exit of its founder. So my suggestion and my argument is that the NDC has a unique opportunity to aggressively pursue an issue-based campaign that transcends the individual founder and also positions the party as the true center-left social democratic party in the country. This way, they will be serving the public interest, and of course, they will be helping to build our nation. And so that was the premises of my argument.
Now, Doc, I understand that Uti cheaper, and Yanchin no trim Senebea, Yeni Padudo na betimiatia say, Osha NDC baby party na bidru this time one. A best serving on my interest, on be rolling chain in an election year like this. Ever possible, sir?
My tree is bad and I wouldn't want to put it on air.
No problem. Just go ahead, sir.
Sorry?
But I was asking, do you think that it will be in the interest of the NDC if it decides to go ahead without the Rawlinses in this year, which happens to be an election year?
Well, I would say that yes, it will be in the interest of the NDC. Look, no research has shown, at least to my mind, there hasn't been any research to demonstrate or to prove that the NDC wins elections because of former President Rawlings and his family. No, I haven't seen any research to that extent. In any case, in 2000, former President Rawlings campaigned for President Mills, but he lost. In 2004, he campaigned for President Mills, he lost. In 2008, he lately joined the campaign trail, but he won. So I don't think that there is a clear correlation between Rawlings' participation in the campaigns and electoral victories of the NDC. I think what matters to Ghanaians who are also the voters in our democratic dispensation is parties that speak to the issues of education, healthcare, social security, housing, law and order, and so on and so forth. And so whether the NDC or the MPP wants to win the elections, what they need to do is to focus more aggressively on these issues and not focus on personalities or any individual. I think that essentially this country is bigger than any individual. Political parties are groups of people. They are not sole proprietorship or properties of individuals, and we need to really take that particular idea very seriously.
I think that a lot of the things that you have said really are not realistic, because when you look at the NDC, the former president happens to be the soul of the party. A lot of the party full soldiers and, you know, rank and file believe that without him, the NDC will not be able to win.
What research do you have to demonstrate that? On what basis can that assessment be made? Because for me, as a researcher, I don't just believe in open statements that have no grounding. I want to study the patterns over the years and see what is it that has demonstrated it. Look, trust me, 2012 elections, what will former President Rawlings bring to the NDC's ticket? Having spent 3 years criticizing and obstructing the government in many ways since they took office. Basically, in my mind, his coming back to the campaign trail will basically be a liability for the party, because all that it will take the opposition to do is to play back all his criticisms of the party, and then the party will go into opposition with ease. In 1996, it happened in this country when the late Akar left the NDC alliance and joined former President Kufuor on the campaign trail. All that the NDC and its alliance parties did was to play up Akar and all the things that he was saying against the MPP at the time. And that alone cost the MPP great deal in 1996 elections. So we need to be reminded of historical antecedents and be careful or measured in the way we think that for whether hook or crook, the Rawlingses need to be back on the campaign trail. We don't have to really impose any particular personalities on our democracy.
But some political analysts like yourself and observers who have had a chance to watch the African election, the video or, you know, the events that were chronicled in a movie sort of during the 2008 elections, suggest that the election 2008 was won by former President Rawlings for President Mills. Now, if you put that in perspective, and then today you say, well, the NDC will be better off without the Rawlingses, how do you place that in context?
Well, I mean, the documentary you are talking about, for instance, there were many other scenes within that particular, electoral campaigns that were not also captured in that particular documentary. In many ways, the documentary captured just some scenes and not other scenes. I think that it is a popular view out there that without Rawlings, the NDC cannot move. Without Rawlings, the NDC cannot move. But we need to begin to challenge that particular view more strongly. We need to look at the premises and the foundation of that particular view. We need to interrogate that particular view very strongly. Otherwise, we will live with this perception, and the NDC will end up suffering the fate of what happened to many parties, like Kenneth Kaunda's party, Asuma Banda's party, Julius Nyerere's party, Kwame Nkrumah's party. These are all parties that were built around individuals that can pull the crowd, can pull the vote, were very charismatic. But once they were gone, the parties did not see any space anymore, and basically fizzle out and split into pieces and have basically lost electoral fortunes. What I am saying is this: in the interest of our democracy and for the purposes of ensuring that we have a healthy multi-party competition among the parties that exist, particularly the NDC and the MPP in this country, we need to guide against the possibility of any of these parties witnessing a premature death. Otherwise, our democracy will become lopsided in a manner that will not augur well for us.
Finally, as you take leave of us, this particular issues that you are raising, are you throwing this as a challenge to the NDC, or you are telling Ghanaians that, well, it's time we decide to look at the NDC as a party and not look at Rawlings and his influence on the party? Or you are telling the NDC that, well, it is time to move on from your father and your founder. You can do it without him. Who really are you directing this to?
Both cases. I think I am actually trying to spark a new debate. Part of my goal here is to spark a new and honest debate. And with all due respect to the former President Rawlings, I think he's a great statesman. And part of what part of what my debate seeks to also suggest is that there is a need for him to protect his historical legacy, because building a party around himself may not necessarily serve his historical legacy very well. And so I'm directing it not only to the party but to the nation, to Ghanaians, that parties must focus on the issues that matter to the people. We are confronted with many problems on day-to-day basis. We should allow the parties to use our airspace to discuss those issues focusing on ideas, focusing on alternative proposals, and convincing us by how they can do things differently. And by so doing, we will enhance and enrich our democracy. So I think that the issue of whether it's the NDC or the NDC or the NPP or the nation are all mutually related, and we should be able to direct the debate and bring as many voices on this debate as possible. I think that there may be people with alternative views. We should welcome them on board, and eventually we should be able to have a much more clearer understanding going forward as a nation.
Well, Dr. Pesa, we have to leave you here. Thank you very much for those insightful thoughts. We'll come back to you as and when the need arises, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Dr.
Pesa White, a political analyst and a lecturer at the University of Ghana. Najene say a brasso say NDC in Ghana for say a pesa party ni ne konkan ne nkoye say na CPPI no dia say NDC sha say so mbeti om ho e de fi om papa ene om pani akofo om bae. So lo mu betimi aye.
Kaba.
Mu betimi aye.
Kaba.
Mu betimi you roll in say sinche.
Question LB say. Atias for question. No, they be sa onye wufu question.
What's it say? Atias for question.
No, they je onye wufu question.
It's a question me say na wufu question.
Yes. Question wapam. The NDC Papa Nasmo Keno. The NDC has started it long ago.
And some part.
Chen.
I'm all focused on the way you run is losing Cheddar.
Mama, Jemeli and
I have some of you, sir.
A bisasama.
What's the most starting?
Don't Mama Fortuna Quim. What in there? Any serious political party and Mama Cancho MPP. When you're there, Yeba, Faton, Jumedi, Abrabo, and Montu, party name young party won't to me. And down you know one kafan or man paying that runs no ye or man paying must or man paying that runs or man paying must so or keep religiously no commitment to the ordinary Ghanaian. A hono here. Ne honor any serious political party biara edwenya sign because o man yetim no yentim wo anokasa yetim wo zayehu na ma oyemahen onu je bisam dam question there ma Dr. Pascal Kane NDC Botumaya. I am rhetorical. On answer. Because yes, Sunday society yet today ye botum ya kanyanwa bom ne etu anamon. Ye ni good neighbors as NDC. Ye ni political party a wo be kanokwal. Nti eya de bia eja no de ade a ebe lose. When you go into contest of lyrics and math with the MPP, you lose. So, or they engage yourself with their hand, or they yi juma, magana for one. And ye, yeah, and pay in some bibra or Ghana, government will commit $200 million into the railway sector. I remember government lead them on that to chen, or man paying that runs in us. About Shampoo, semi, you'll be no, your man paying that runs no.
Oh. Kofi, Masa
Hinden. Masa Hinden.
Statement to fee. Former President Rollins' office. Man, the spokesperson, Abekasa. What's it?
Spokesperson na Wabakasa then.
Oh, what's your name? Kofi Adam's voice.
Oh, as my Makacho no. Say, Must be here entitled to my opinion.
No, but your opinion are unfounded.
Why unfounded?
So,
I will age more man.
So now we have a reason to say you better doubt Kofi Adams. So some more can obwa. There be mano. Asema Kofi Adams say can say from man pen into obwa.
I'm Solomon Kansa. Miss Demilete. Mejindi.
Hey.
Oh, na sam na makamasem. Oh no you.
Unyi ni say and some way former President Rollins ho. Unyi ni.
Man, I catch you, Miss Minjindi.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, personal.
No, I saw my reasons in Tia Unini.
Greater Accra, a offended rally. Founder of a political party. Watching the advert. Be mature. The founder who are inviting into Mama from the office of the founder. Just to disgrace the founder. So,
are you in reality? What you say?
I wouldn't.
Because last week, mobile last week, Sana Asama okay answer former President Rollins. Yes, you're inviting. mo say munyi ni say statement efi ni office buy no e
ampa that now na your program dem da na mo frame na me kan se bi no wana no office wa otumu ba be challenge asema me kan
Kofi Adam se be confirm say statement
no onye confirmation na me nyole kan wa ami me ba wa program no do na me tintin sem bi de dem asem no nwoma wo tro won tase na se what ase member
the fact say omote ase ana say free omo ho
say me kan on free papa no academic program don free papa no
it is statement we free papa no
say you so me pere wo be challenge him go akọ no wan tuma mba won eyi so one blame prove me wrong.
So voice is here boni in area obet se Kofi Adam ska say o man penda that Rollins enya text message from people like you and I mean can say you as a person people NDC members and government officials say omra no make us say am pass on no send a message na and o man penda that catch Kofi Adam say he should tell people say or no the issue statement no
I said to our question answer mana and over grade
last 2 weeks mo call Machagbo na no say na e no crese former president Rollins you no issue statement na say ko beba ho e ban say no ama
on time make asama chode onya nsem nyina o se wa di nyina ho kwa no nya di nyina no eden
so
of the team
living in a world of denial
awonum dey no wo ma the main nsem yo lokai onya tena bi
me
yes
na me asema ba na me bisa won asema me na me di asem ko ani
so wa kumetua
ba kumetu yi
na no ja na me kasa
me so asem
jina wona me kasa mesa awonum dey on den Kofi Adam so onyo kasa awanyim do oyen battle da
oyen battle then
anyim den this are suspending
but me nim say former president Rollins are suspending no
men kade me camp former president
no ye ka former president
ka ma ye ma adwuma yi
oyeye me ne kasa as a spokesperson
no ye de beto chen
ye fa to chen
ma ka cho de Miss Kofi Adam no kasa na anyim den this for atwena so enyima
mo suspending no and no chese why ne born
oh da bi enyim anade enyim
be say obi o suspend obi a na wo umbu anefo
nti ode abodwe
nti ono na issue statement
da bi me so me shisha sem mi mo nti ode abodwe enije mpa na ode kasa na ode kan ona lampo statement na la watch na la wa go beyond that but onyo no hia
suspension amudi ama na e petty nti ono hu hia no
ameme nye ready the suspension maka wan asem because wala nyim da asem okota ombondi ho abobo too much na la he is before a discipline committee enti the main somebody dey one pain that wa akasa enti se ofina discipline committee wo ami Solomon kansa at this moment nsem all be na yenyin ho asem bia ka anya na yaka sankan nsem yaka prejudice enti e ba advice NDC members nya dem nsem bi dem na obi antam kuchu won hwe NDC party no de bia nyama onam sanda dem abrim ayewo mu o manpain mas we di juma papa
so mami so asema kwa memo akasa e ho no de memo aka solo o pa kire say o manpain da Rollins o pani a wa bedi o man so mfie dunkron bia na tifia dui ni nyansa ni suehunu a wanyan owura Kofi Adam se be ka asema hye na no a wono meba emma bonti me ka se enyame na me kan ye
bisam anal catcher
bibisa
correct enya na MP before another of being so president so nyon no ye in charge na nkofu bi awo ente the even the sitting president impo amount for doubt there and among bi otu onyon no otu
President Mills akasa fa ho
meba
wakasa say he is in charge
wakasa meba
onkasa
ente the of bika
Mati say President Mills I reply say he is in charge and say no credit and no say no credit
so wa bebe yina no
you
ba ma ye kikin anu yaba
nti President Rollins omra no meyi no ho
anyame na ma ka cho afroba na tarum kopin but na sem do kopin nitim but ma me pa cho wa ande ameme mfame founder me bun too much mbesi bogom na mbaye dem mbaka no asem but sabio se afroba wa mo anu tentina wasa fanyen na ban wan kana fanyen wodu enti aha ye betine founder na asem obey me pedam di gina me na me kwa na atwema nti ma memfa
no because one say na wo so
doctor
statement no if you former president Rollins
oh yeah my opinion do you want to deny me that
I'm surprised.
Do you want to deny me that?
No, I won't deny you of that opinion.
So why?
But I'm very surprised. I no doubt to say former
be.
President Rollins statement I also know.
I can former president Rollins says the office of former president Rollins can the master statement of in the office another of no maybe so. But where the man on ye? Koyinala anima ya adwen de Ghana fo nyina ma be kan bia obafa no ma MPP amanyoku wo lose wa bekra wo nyim de we lose. If you resort to extreme and excessive PR gimmicks them not all then this if we invest in that wise mamon kasim mitro doctor nasimo kan or yeah a philosophical statement. Now you work towards it, but you don't talk
about it.
Yeah, because any political party wanting to perpetuate and establish itself for quite a long time, you have to grow the party beyond what do you call it, individuals into structures, systems, and what have you. That is why NDC were in the process of establishing a party school. The process of doing A, doing B, doing C. 2, yaba power, yako, na yaba, ya demonstrate your capacity to survive. Thirdly, no, or do you demonstrate your capacity to march on? The main march on in waka ye, Mizrim no ne boss asasido di. As I speak of you, when this view on ma, one sabi where you funity preservers or in Papon. Because yes, let me tell you, yebe will feed there. I want no way that on the NDC bar obey ye pa. But when we feed there, so while Uncle Cado will brew food, and no a boss and other for brewing 1 week. Kebung are some of the two. No man Ghana or snabber from 8 years. Now, Eja Tawaba, no expect there. Eja Tabena or satisfy NDC members.
You also not yourself.
Now we're NDC. And you tase, and you tima Jama man Ghana. I tell you, your call constituencies, regions, and whatever. This is what we have been telling our members. That look, President Mas, on 2 months, 2 months, President Kufo and MPP Fubetuno. In any case, when this is so, or the no to MPP ya, onya at the Papa B from 207 208. 207 208 now, Lord Komewa announced that the full soldiers are worried. Now I said, okay, let's find a way of sorting them out. Seize cars, nyama, watch more members. That was when
2008.
207, 208. Now I started the war redeem their lost image and touch. On what to about Legona, was a Castle 1, Party 4, Sekai. Obia won the President Kufo, Oduechibia Lucy. You understand? Inti, behind this Amayoku, you do know. President Mons don't want to sacrifice national cohesion for party survival. Oh, young man, Ghana, ye. Onuti, you won't cough you on my one time, I say. Everyone in the NDC Bobe minister way, ya. Name that in the NDC bank obey DC way, ya. Now, on your Democrats, and say, so I buy me about NDC. And those people, they swim in the waters of this Jerry Lawrence and then Atamas. But you'll be a GNDC no mangana, dear. What in there? I bumpy the NDC among you, Kuyen ye, Jumani and ye. Now, ma, Chaburno Swan, Ghana fool, way in room. Sanda Minu Castle, the Mabria Mucas. A friend Pipina, on to me and this in Sakan on issues. Mobende o, Mupatina Negunu, Kofi Adams say, or my pain that I say, Nana Kunedu say, where ye. But a friend this year. Obacho de cocoa crashing, you'll be on democracy. Can you do no? Yamanunsu. The last time we reported Guinea worm infestation was Ghana.
2 years ago. Oh, North.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until Oyadekaba.
Onyade, Papa.
Saying there, no, send your achievement, pa. But Obinu Beno, nay, second to Sudan. This tells you, Jumeja, President Musuliji.
But Guinea worm that's what Ghana.
Asima me catch on there. Guinea worm don't work Ghana no. Onu nchede Ghana the world ranking first 20 pay bebem. But first near the second. It tells you that President Mars, the care component of a better Ghana no, is working.
Right. My first message is about na so or say I was awaking from sleep by 3 dead men on Hineba called Richardson. Hey, nipa me and say wuni nyane o. Say menti wa say. On Hineba menti na o can I say. Hey. Yo, Kwasi Brew, Eja I watch or say ask the whereabouts of brave men of yesteryears. Oh, okay. Kotoko free fast. Rollins says Boachijan, the Aborigines, the Sergeant Tajitis who struggle for total emancipation of Ghana. They are asking Ghanaians to rise up on the Woyome saga. Awake, President Mills, your rule is being judged as a West government. Daniel Nedebai. President Mills is a man of God and know that he will do everything possible to restore peace in the upcoming general elections. Or say, and I want the president to call unity within the NDC first before the general election. Yao Mohammed Mankesim Nodebai. President Mills promised to reduce all taxes. He rather increased them. He introduced further illegal tax and sworn in another Victor Smith from Kekusi Jusubi Siase. Health personnel at Odan Government Hospital. Oh, me pacho, wait a minute, allegation kesepa. Allegation kesepa. Come on, why? Are they registering citizens from Mali and Niger come to Elubu and see Horace Aketia and Edife Elubu Edebai? But for Mamika say Aiden financial microfinance for Enso Asasene or Sequembi ever fashion idea sika besi amadachi ye honchire no Aiden ye jo mon krato ne aba na yatoa o text messages na enkomodie no so no yatoa so de amount. And Obisa. What I know is that this is your mom, yes, your mom protection. Your mom protection and one they give them protection. Confusion galore. Pristia Huni Valley MPP party. I've been a different bogus so they buy. Yamot in Boga again. The deepening of President Mills' woes is a sign of God's rejection. And though he will lose in 2012, he needs the Lord's forgiveness for salvation. Hey, salvation is not yours, so Yamot. Salvation is not for you. DJ Mali and Wayosi Goso or say the foul means and rigging strategies in the biometric registration have been already seen by the MPP. The time is for boot for boot. DJ Mali and Wayosi Goso, President Mills, wabo menya bro ene boshe hunua enti yemfama na Akufo-Addo na omra. Kaba. The Digibox hire purchase for government workers, please. The deduction of 29 cedis, how much long? Okay, Ajingo, Tamanuta, Ajingo may find out the information in the eyebrow. Please, Hasopaje agreed that the NDC members should use his picture for their posters. Fonka should come to Pristia. Okay, Usu in a different Pristia, the brain. In so say a Yamotimboga, unprecedented judgment debt, unprecedented insults, unprecedented media gag, unprecedented high cost of cement and fuel. Kaba, please find out from the police administration on what grounds will someone merit police guard. I know, sir, so crowd pay, which may apply to the police under certain circumstances in police protection. So IGP any penny for doing when I bit me a amount. All right. Special greetings to Honorable Ali J. Ibrahim, the next MP for Doma East Constituency, NDC no size from Bize one amount phone on the CD free by. Yeah, the best one after the comedian Urad Makubefi Akwaba. Why later, Papa?
Minia Fachemi.
No, Sonia Chassis. No,
Fachemi.
Yo. A brand na memoir kakra bi o mampenda da Rollins in some of the to Jana no memoir be simami and sape no can be is answer obune na twam kra but I want to be fair enti memoir simami and sa o mampenda da Rollins in some of the to Jana say esum ka bi na aduro mampani Mills ase ode akwa akoshe bunsam jam any home calling ba mam miss who ni saying be o de minu say be o de MPP na antisa
ebi eno yes na yes no eyo wutrim po enye me de sanse konfoboni hye enkom sekuro be se ya wutimi ntimi de nka enye me de nanso no nokura ne sania isitie no etie fo mamu nyina ache momfa ncheme dwumadie no bia no mfa nkyeme e ma sa biem Omampani Dada Rollins say ote party ninti no na komedi akire and into the choice of words no kra no he has been lenient idea wagum enye sum kabisi na esi ejakura sa Adom na asem nye former president Rollins nkwa na eka o even abamba bin kra ansa no bewura mu no was it bootlickers it mesam ina dey had their lot oba general ayi no so amini asema yeka no ya hwa education for instance education first time in the history of this country say SS for 8-year utility bill electricity and water first time say Ghana under President Mills yet in blackout nationwide 4 times. What you say? That's 2007. The country called blackness for almost a year. Maybe the American don't let us try to. The American said man kase sumu NC 2007 likewise on Rollins pencil. Nanimi enu nya akwa hwa akosobo nawe we akosomo nwe. The tosomi the American say the whole Ghana enyina dum no first time in the history say abia about 4 times. Men kase bia dundum kania ha na yedum 4 times. First time in the history of this country say demonstrations and strikes akoso no ebi NC sada. First time wa chrono pa a friend say chrono through judgment date ebi ebi sada. First time aban onu gina honom ebi na no edi aka kire say kufuo firi habemu na me de maba na wie ye no ene Adom moto minien no oye mfantini yembusa Adom moto at the time MPP time no na ye 29 million no as I speak now no ye 80 million. First time in the history say abanya waba na umuni solution pragmatic policies ya de omuni muni say solution e bia ba instead no atenidie ne beba so. First time in the history say Omampani Rollins time no ye census everything was okay. As we speak now census are Ukraine and you call say Niamaye said say district level election ye bi Omampani Kufuor penso ye bi Omampani Rollins penso and then make us say you know district level election no is it something to write home about and it niama papa no kan and then niama bo me be no me share that for NDC for one more list I mean you compare me no me twantro see what here see no na bible so anu mu asem ene nam so bebu awbem wanu mu asem ene nam so ebebu awfo one more compile list be oh excuse me so krata the buy NDC for the prepare list we see 2008 and normal a year prices of commodities and our loan car of one Gary na 4,000 and then about 15,000 and maybe excuse me and you must say loan car Gary saying oh 1 minute more minia and this for year and inflation above form and na me zero inflation above form. Who the less even accept is and now your inflation digit no your pure water double digit. Inflation is also a okay, you know. Mammy and Momo Chesa Grace Vedia for year inflation bar for me, you know. At the end of it all, and the reward me say, well, you're incompetent. It will be your incompetent, you know. Logically, no, just what they buy, piano, you're incompetent, and what they buy. I know that, I mean, I have prices of commodities, you know. So no make a passer in those days, no, he was very loud. And then the cement go into me talk every Sunday 80,000. And then 180 to 200,000. No, don't go cement. Not cement. So money you or that or 1 minute more. Maybe I just I don't want to go into the depths. No. Let us infuse this sanity. What is sanity? Let us infuse sanity. So allow you to. So you not allow me. So allow me. No. It will patch and say, as some president Ronald Saken now on any arguing. Meba. Answer you are the host. There will be a twin China, me bupa, me so the warrior. No. I know the me na me decided to come outside. When I be decided, come outside. For budget. Nemo the American is a minia. The American list you know. Year free to 2007, milk 7,000, and year turn 12 to 15,000. Year free to 2007 minia. A 6 labor to year turn 350, and then I'm 900. And more half bag and near ton 350 and now 700 800 and electricity bill to say and no free amasamai and no free kasu bar and that one is saying o free cook masia ay saying akwanya dija mu nyina aya ni wani kuntino why say or the saying teta kwashi or the saying malam di and we do tiago so me kasaminia ko hwem or the saying achimota of ankokwan no say the city de de John Legon ekwan to Medina send the city enti aba we say the M11 say MPP we spent 8.1 billion mobile assistance now last year no ye 23.61 billion yet you pay asinima you till the papa ne kan ye no the concerns of the people and were presenting. Now we are out of impudence and arrogance. They will try to say something.
Me say you go so aye pem so ko. Na people say more ko. Okay. Some ma ko dia mo fama me. O ma ko dia mo fama. O tell me there.
Cement no ya.
Oh, when you cement too.
Cement na me
1 2 3.
Propaganda secretary na chere wadi.
17,400 in 2000.
Correct.
In 2008, bag of cement na 90,000.
And that happened now.
Dia mo twerɛ
1 2 3 90,000.
Correct.
In 2008.
Njo oka now.
Me say 80,000.
But how much 90 na?
Me dia so say oka dia memra.
Me ba so text messages about Evan to us say please cover. Why has Multi TV stopped showing the La Liga matches? We want it back. Kofi from Tema. Kofi that so say me ni me tia ni awo kan say this week and last week but asem say but for yan to aso na ye ni nkomo emfa owura wo yo minsem no say na offer graphic offer Ghanaian Times offer major newspapers na abeto you say judge ni oti akonwa so no wodi asem eche say na bufu ye na bote say state prosecutors ebesi sabre no wo muntimi fa wo masem no nkuro emeto court nanim enkyere say owura wo yo me kwan say ni no ofa so a woji sika afiri aban ho enu nti no ye pese ye kyere say ni ye gi sika na afiri no ho eska waje onfa interest mra na nda bia court say prosecutors de ba enkuro ene ensem a na ye parliament ene ye parliament it wo modwe ho a wo motia say judge ni say the state must get serious am so am ya bo make 500 Ghana so wo mo prepare no mo samra na ehun asem no Adom akoma me sha asem famfiri so baby asem yakodua ma judge ni kura buafu no wo areshimu se asem no obroni be se be court to its logical conclusion ama yakohu se prosecutor na asem wo kan se opanni fa akwati kwan so no jiska ni fi aban asem ti no yes anye ya de
o me da si asem yi ni de no kura ni pa no se ye pen kabra nene no I'll try to be very lenient and na we yi on the NDC government because on microphone me brain am no mo dim komo including some of their ministers near there no they are not taking the matter lightly but as a party whip they are not coming out and this had their seven saban no pen puma sibre dia kabeti modrusi won enese nkone nam hokra
aden
nkone nam hokra because the logic aban no present here and say when you criminally minded so betua say scan and na yoko report so by ni kire say aban cry initially he was even saying inside in koni mo hwe kra but we was state to the nation address 2009-2010 aban by less than 2 months kra no he made mention of judgment debt say brand name come making
how bet me akan because you person who say asam na akan nye team no wabo na aka kire
say what yes me twa ntro because sorry me wabusua me wanamfo oso me nua no me twa tro we state to the nation address we in February 19 2009 abusuafo enie and I read it this portion abandoned by some few this judgment debt no wasem was it too often new government has stopped without justification projects or programs which previous administration have initiated. As a result, there are huge compensation claims to be paid by the government of Ghana in respect to legal rulings, both local and international, related to the judgment debt. Over 2010 years, less than when we buy less than 2 months. Now buy no crowd must be pesaira. Now if I no cut try, ni trimu pop. A baby a bad, your person ye mama no. What gonna home? A kufu de say, remember SS are you free? And Kruma money you free, ye nyam to oil. A ben to say by must make your judgment debt. The major media free. Here, where's so by saying I knew any. Okay, we state to the nation address. Thursday, 25th February 2010. And also near page 5. In November last year, the Minister of Finance outlined the challenges you were facing in tackling the unsustainable budget deficit, the arrears and unpaid bills, and the crippling judgment debts. And so no say abani shasi was media no die. Minimum shekra. A chena yoku adaro madiba says papa ko ni mu bi ka chom so menya itua. Now let's go back to the premise of setting.
Me so asem back o sa judgment debt. Say assume say no bentin any abanya court asem. No the court to court anim na yidi asem na assume sidi bima o pa kire sense aban ni cheska no
o minia obi a me free down kwabuzi Adom tradition mu eyi a democracy ye na eduaye ye nuanu bi say no ye wi a jejejeje no I will never support that na mmomo no susuna paase e free nkruma pen so e bepem sa abri no judgment that ye tue wo hwe waterville de wo hwe say CP de na wo hwe wo yomi de yi a for instance ye ba 2000 no enam dan a allergy de onkobubu na airport won mu de no clearly ekokot was otua ana me nyanti ase ni mo ana wo yomi de wo dua bode ana wo dua de mo ankasa mo investigations amu akram ye yoko report by papa ni bibiani and aban no say a criminally minded say ubetua say scan me nya sa na aban ni kai edu obi ye criminal de no obi a wo no ye president ye law professor de adent na wo sen kasa America wote ho ti ma me no krampo one na mo no wanya kwatimi ye press conference no utimi sa de we say no kokwa na nsa na se bi no mo to kire him but Matiamidu wo ka asem bi wase sankrofo yi a yedu omo ko no sa lawyers yedu omo ko yi no mama ye nhwe ni yi state one represent state no and this poco fans so are they one young quadentra na and those things and sometimes when you listen to these lawyers ni bia which means even common sense defeats the so called legal you omo presenting is devoid of is too inferior ayi atu sam wodi nim and na akoba you na samudi ka ko ye no o man no bo ka 20 million and 2000 and rents ye ko ya sa akoba ka biem na samude de ababa bia no say madam fo bi o kan asemo kan say NDC nim so lawyers na bon nti sabio na asemo kan say wonim so mo nya de nti no mo bam so mo twa judgment debt nto na ehwinti pani de atua eno bi na ekoba so yi na me nyan kase mo ese kura no ade be kura na mo sa hwemu biom yoko report de asemi yaba ewia ni akofa nchen na sika no na obi amoamo na innocent person ni akoche no ni ade no ko me kasa you know me obi tsa kwabna do fo say you know o kan sam na help person na I don't know papa de besi bia no no de ho document no da ko kira ban no etu an be dey say me metima pushi kwabna do fo di nako ba beti modrusu de so clear
Tony Martinamidu ya adwen say prosecutors na
Martinamidu na ya adwen o dia Martinamidu kai no ene de me kan no de mfa nto nchen ahwene atempani no bi nyira e ko judge enu yi no say me buo say Martinamidu buo e na sa akobai oh me let us be serious say the jawa ye dia so abanya we law professor oba ye no the number of law cases well lose is unprecedented. The number of lawlessness a year was created unprecedented. You are in the face of that, no? You are taking shelter out of Christianity as some general pay. You are confusing timidity and laziness with true humility. And I don't think it's the right thing for us to do.
Right. Papa, prosecutors, judge, you know, say near Kosun and Nino cry. And this the truth. The second time, ya bought state in for foot dragging, say state in action, especially our prosecution.
Kawa already
state of the nation address.
And we are from there. Transitional team na wabakoti no ni baby a wo ye dru no judgment debt no beka show the MPP we judgment debt of 459 million Ghana cedis
459 million Ghana cedis
into on na present order or alert nation sat masia on year 1 2 se ehwe most na o man penny mos. And again, to buttress the pointer, Dr. Pasa Oyeno, President Mills has to show a clear direction, distinctive from what President Kufuor did. And there has been that establishment of that deviation. Oman Penny Kufuor Nabredo, rule of law, so now on Yejuma. Dr. Richard Anane, Nedi Odaho, away. Dr. Charles Lokubube, Oko importi or so invite you so yedan strategic reserve plan. Symbolically, $30 million today is 51 million Ghana cedis.
Mentia
strategic reserve plan to Oko Wanto or high. He just hide it. Osiwa 1 year juma Ghana cow.
Okay, Tama, you call energy crisis in my
no near energy crisis. Or friend strategic reserve plant. Only there and car other there automatically none of why then wash him no or ye juma. Against technical advice and approval of the board. Well, you did for about 6 months and some VR were threatened. and a president for say recover be step aside. I think the master.
Minimum.
A war report be I will able to me read into and whether recover did it right or what.
Why is the man walking on the streets?
He is walking on the street because of the connivance and the cooperation of the sitting president. Wait, me back. Change me back.
Almost 4 years in it. To be finding court.
Hey, and some never to make us much.
Not here will be so bad. Una wa bemuno. Over some candy.
Yam Ghana for young serious one, eh? Menya lawyer. Mama catch there. And Sunday to G Obi. Ejina court. Or they grounds. Enough
grounds, yes.
Correct. Grounds no.
So any who you saw catch
oh.
So any grounds any who you saw catch
in the make of assembly. And why you one am Ghana Hanma where you board now walk. They knew what they were doing.
Then no more
yes. Where we are now I put want to abandon. Where we are when you're the Marco or Luque. Sabe or your comfort and about me in our court.
Let us say when you saw Castle across.
Hey, anti Obanda
because Unina Subia Castle comfort.
Timamancho Kaba. We are Kubo Benin the Massam. Now about Bano. Hey, Mano. Abano Wadono. So two and a mona presermers or 2 years. And Chagana for Ubotum were partaking with there. Aden Okoni. Now, Doctor Anane. ABC of ACE in Ukraine, what Ghana for your investment in ACE campaign. Yama ACE
so address the issue. Court case now. State in a dragging if it only has some
defensive mechanism here.
Yeah.
I will. Starting on.
Maybe the question. No. The viewers will be the judges. Okay.
I remember my customer.
Maybe the question.
Assassin. Or maybe other fight. On point of year away crap. I mean, me chef who there nala. So nya chalkum yawa nke yo endo akasa ogana.
I didn't.
So there some chal na yo
fancy kasa.
Oh ma wo. Yes. I want was survive because some chal na nyimpa ni
bibi che wo ho ana ne yawo no afi kum yawo
man for member bakasa
yes my credibility
but so ye nimre bebre ti credibility no interview yes
ono oye ade a odo ma nyimpa na wo na me yehwe de nyim kanale ka enima hwe this is a clear evidence of the level of deterioration in state organizations.
Yes, me and Martina Midukai.
Oh, Martina, our mama on your prosecutors now. Share Ministry of Finance. Say on there, where you may issue Obi Oha, no, or syndicate no. And no be so Attorney General Department.
Allegedly, because you find you guilty.
Correct. Inti Obama and there, Abane Juma was and watching as that is where Ghana has reached. Aban commitment to see to the end of this case.
Because time I same way by no former deputy attorney general Osekwa Mprempe suggested say asema ora Martina Midu kan say tisa mu kwabonten na monkofa private prosecutors.
It is usually done.
I don't know if it's
no, I think the Amimenye Attorney General.
But at least a party in organization.
It's Odu baby Aban or Nabane Jumadi party, your party. Meaning most now a doctor Benjamin Kumbo on a handle situation. But Monam do American Massam, share Kaba. Jumupa me wo MPP message issue no that package at all MPP or your judgment debt contractor other MP
oh yeah judgment
our Ashanti region mama scenario our Ashanti region
maybe some who has
our Ashanti region or your judgment debt contractor. Oh no,
and I won't count because we use me platform to perpetuate unfounded allegations.
No, what am I born?
Messi body,
Mamma, lead no.
There are about how many? No, there are about how many? How many MPs in the Ashanti region?
Oh, Why 36?
About 36 MPs. It's a no domo betena no waka say 36 MPs no omu baako or a judgment debt contractor. You are not being fair. So
why am I not being
fair? And you're fair.
Am I not being fair?
And you won't use my platform for that.
What is the issue of unfairness here? I bet more
Debbie, utu bire anu wa chire say asumansi wono na wa judgment debt contractor.
Headlines amama oye Belgium headlines.
Munwe munhwehwemu a.
No, oye Belgium headlines still to come on the market one. Ewia mamenka o there. You are paying Martinamidu. Sebasha, I'll call Attorney General Department over a year. You understand? And some of the main issue here then, all back. I mean, solo, I'm here. Then Papa no have bonny bread. Undro. And in send me them bar, I am impeded my comment.
Okay.
But say follow. Most na Yamalo Kona MP before one in plain, no hurricane watching. What the year tell you Adam of you. One Kwame Nkrumah time. What you be here? I say, who? What you be here? A Kukubako. Ne papa. What you here? More easy praises. In the end, no.
Ombo abaso.
Obo abado.
Na so ya de pa me mo.
Meba. Me kama samba. What you be Limantan.
Meba.
What you be ko aka? Papa Yorkas or Kacho. Vice President Aka, they made Aka hero in the end. Aka will be Okodri. That's Kofi Adams Nassam by
Kanyam na mu na DV party man ko be like as in
actually I will follow story.
You eventually push the man out. Allegedly as President Rollins born allegedly.
And follow story no. It's a real na dey be wie onua panyin Martinamidu atmasa. Baby ebe un MP before bo nipa na bad no nya nipa na bad bo ntia wo ye ma obese NDC nwo no se Ghana be ye na MPP asaya Ghana say na MPP ye e no obetena ai negative things are onto substantiate kwete
no dia hin bi no
mamo
and then work out how
also secondary school so tia light bill
no muntua dia make me boa. Even to the extent, excuse me, all the secondary schools in the country. Listen. All no, Kabati.
Just 2 minutes to go.
Your platform,
2 minutes.
Your platform school. I'm the consistency.
We are 2 minutes just to go.
In the first place, no crest will be the debt contractor. And now, as I'm not kind, you have exposed him. Sanajuni Edia Chedi Okanoa. As some who are buying a hop. Now, they are be a mobile Ghana 50 modico. Yana, the modico. Isa Mobila Diamodico. Now he's good at propaganda. Many agents, my year research on propaganda. You have one of the year, we call it digression. See, there are some man ebno so. To say, who can tell you Adam if you anything? What kind of book we say that? Master who hear history, they are diving into it. Ni book back by the side of Nkrumah. If you read page 131 now, I have not realized how fickle-minded human beings are. Nobody ensured my incarceration than President Nkrumah himself. I came out with the slogan, Nkrumah doesn't make a mistake, Nkrumah doesn't die. But today, my reward is that I'm in prison. The last stage of Hanoia, and also it's a history book. And also, page 9 of Nkrumah was it after he's over. I've not seen that Nkrumah wasn't a genuine leader. If you want to go into history, with your 19 years plus 4 years, no, the kind of introduction. No. If you want us to go there, no, you don't even have the Media history, the opposite so called history and politics are two sides of the same coin. Try to
Good morning, please tell the EC that the Jambos District, notably Bosum Nkwanta, registration process has awfully turned into NDC registration, where only NDC applicants are given the chance to register. Okay, I'll say it is true. The darkness is on the Rawlinses and his group due to the suspension of Kofi Adams. The darkness will fall upon the enemies of ex-President Mills. Ghana first, Rawlins, okay, last, yo. NDC man, is disgracing his party. Do you think former president is okay? Yeah, to us so. Kaba, talk like a professional and stop reducing the program to a personal conversation. From Larry Antonio. Larry, which one? I don't get you. Which one? This is supposed to be a conversation, if you care to know. Kaba, tell Nkansa they will laugh at the wrong side of the propaganda come December. Said that if you hold it by. Solo, you are really propagandist. You are pretending agaras that if you bela and at the buy. Oh, why NDC Papa J come to MPP? You feel free. Kwakulaki Nedifi Sehibua Kondeba Kaba. Do not forget that you are dealing with a propaganda secretary, Eddie from Bechem and Adebayo. Yedebesia, now I said the Ama Ura Solomon Kansan, Deputy Propaganda Secretary, the NDC. And Osekaba tell Solomon Kansan to speak well. As and I can, we are taught at pointing fingers directly at the one. Okay. Yavana Senson Farmer Ura Dumakubefi, unfortunately, four prices are a court now. Appeals court Ediama development data and Yantimi and Kawansam. We are sure saying Yami Adoma, the Fufu video Nkomo. Or before Medamunina say, Yakonia ba International Day of Theatre, Nkomodia Beba, na no somewhere, Yediba Brel, and Sana Naya Tansi, the officer Moswato Amoso. Yedamasi Basisia.